Hey friends, Amanda here, Bare Bones Living. Welcome back. And today I am in the garden and I am contemplating what I'm going to be doing for my fall garden. And I already have my green stalk is planted, and I have some cabbages planted and peas planted and things like that. I have a few things planted already, but I also, and then I tried to, I sprouted some broccoli and some cauliflower and kale and Brussels sprouts. And then I moved them outside to harden them off, and I don't know if they must have gotten scorched, sun scorched. I think they were probably maybe a little bit too young, and I ended up killing the whole tray. So I had Mike go pick up some starts for me, and now it's like a month later. Then I wanted to have these in the ground, but you know how big box stores are, and so a lot of them don't follow what maybe you want to do in your garden or your plan. So I had to wait, unfortunately, because I reached out to all my local gardening friends and nobody had any starts, or friends that have nurseries and greenhouses and things like that, and I couldn't find any broccoli or Brussels sprouts or anything like that. So I had to wait for the big box stores to get them in. So now I have to clear a spot for these plants, and that's where I'm having difficulty. So as I mentioned, I already put in some cabbages that I bought from another store, and they're doing okay. I had started a cucumber there. I just put direct sowed some cucumbers there, and then I had another one over here, but I'm having a pest issue, and something came by and ate that cucumber plant. But I have some peas coming up there, some peas coming up there, and then those peas never came up, and those peas never came up. Looks like maybe they're starting to come up. And then I have some tomatoes. I planted, I don't know if you guys remember, but I had a whole tray of tomato starts that's still over there, and some of them were still surviving, so I decided to transplant them and see if I could get anything out of them, but it looks like this one is totally dead. That one is pretty much totally dead, but we have two that are still kind of hanging on, and we'll see if anything happens with them, but I figured I should give them a fighting chance. But as I mentioned, I'm having a pest issue. And so in here were some sweet potatoes, and you can see that they have been very much eaten down, and it looks like everything's been like chopped. I feel like this is like a rabbit or something that can chomp it all off, since they are such, blunt cuts. And I do have my garden fenced off, but it's not like super secure. But you can see even over on these weeds here, these are all eaten off too. And some of it has been dug in as well. So I'm not thinking we're gonna get sweet potatoes. And my potato bed is looking very much the same. I don't know if this is a deer. It's possible, like how they've bitten it off, but with you can see kind of in here that some of them have been dug at as well, which is why I kind of think it might be something more like a rabbit digging down, maybe. I don't know. Something's getting my stuff. And I'm not very hopeful for my potatoes either. But you can see here they got to my borage too, which is totally disappointing because it was big and beautiful and blooming and the bees were all over it. And then someone came by and totally hacked it up. So like this thing makes me think it's deer. I don't know. My other issue is that I let this bed, after I pulled out the onions, just go wild, which I probably should not have done because I gave myself a lot more work than I need to. And this is where I planned on, I do need to clear this. Oh, you see my little jungle kitty coming out there. This is where I plan on planting my garlic. And I was thinking about overwintering onions as well, but I have to clear this area out. And I have irrigation tubing running from this fence all the way to that fence. And so it's in those potatoes right now. So you can see here, I started kind of using my little weeding hoe here that I have from Haas, but it's going to take a lot longer to go between these irrigation tubings, because there's one there and then I think there's one right about, there's one there and then there's gonna be like another one like right here. They're not that far apart. So I have to like go down the aisles. And I'm contemplating pulling all this tubing up and out and maybe just tilling all this area. I don't remember if I put down cardboard here before I planted my onions or not, because I'm not having any weed pressure over there. And I know for a fact there's cardboard down there. And I'm trying to do no-till, but with this jungle, I feel like maybe tilling it might just be the easier, like pulling all this irrigation and tilling it would be the easier thing to do. But I'm just very torn, but it's a mess. I do have to clean this up because I do have to plant my garlic in here. With the irrigation, I think that will definitely help my garlic. So here you see my green stalk here. I planted some spinach up here, which doesn't look like it's doing very well. None of this spinach came up. None of this spinach came up. Sorrel, some red vein sorrel. Looks like I got a little one coming up there, but not doing great. Arugula is coming up. This is my lettuce row. So I got a little bit of lettuce coming up there, a little bit of lettuce coming up in there. This is butter crunch lettuce. Some more leaf lettuce. And more leaf lettuce. And then I got radishes all down here. Different kinds of radishes. And then I have cilantro on this row. There's all cilantro. down here, I can't remember what I planted here. Oh, is this the chive row? I think it's gotta be, yeah. Planted chives and no chives came up. I have not had success once growing chives from seed. This is parsley, and that's another chive there that's not working or not coming up. And then these are radish microgreens. I think I got another one over on, yeah. Some microgreens there and microgreens there. All in all, somewhat successful, but not super successful. And then, like I mentioned, I had Mike go buy me some starts, so he got me some broccolis here. These are Brussels sprouts back here. And I know that the Brussels sprouts, these are gonna be pretty hit or miss. I'm gonna have to protect them really well. But I'm gonna give it a shot. These are more Brussels sprouts and some spinach, since my spinach did nada. So they didn't have any cauliflower, and I don't know what the deal is with my kale, but this is what I have to get into the ground sooner rather than later, and then covered so it doesn't get eaten alive. So I don't really know what I'm going to do. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know if you guys have any words of wisdom to me or advice for me. That would be appreciated. It is something that I do have to tackle with my limited time. And then I'm like, well, you know, if I pull this irrigation, then I'm pulling it out from under all those potatoes while they're still growing. And I can lay it back down on top of all the potatoes and they can water down, I suppose. And then if I till this up, do I just put the cardboard then over all the tilled material? Because I don't obviously want to till all this in, but till it, maybe pull out all those weeds and then lay cardboard down, but then I'd have to have soil to put up on top of it. It's a lot. Any suggestions? I'd appreciate it. Hope to hear from you soon. I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for stopping by today and joining in on our journey here at Bare Bones Living. We'll catch you on the next one.